this is a very important issue.
I understand.
So, is there what do you suggest we do to kind of, get an answer to this?
Well, I suggest that every time you get your round vendors, you check them out and see what they've got available. There's new stuff being developed every day coming onto the market. And that is good for fall protection, and it makes implementing fall protection a lot easier with some of the new products that are coming out.
Well, and I'd like to offer a suggestion. All you guys are out there re-roofing, like my son's gonna be in the roofing industry, please put safety in the roofs as part of your job. And I wish
there's
that
a
the state would step up and say, homeowner, you're required to put safety on your house at the time of re-roof.
Well, I testified at the legislature back in early 2000, I think it was 2001 or 2002, there was a bill in the legislature to require all roofs and re-roofs to have permanent anchors installed. And it got blown away. The legislatures, they didn't want to entertain it. They turned it into a study bill. And it died the next year. And it came back and they spent a few weeks talking about it and it went away. But number one, homeowners were in there fighting it. We don't want the responsibility of it. You know? And
Oh, I remember the whole.
They're called attorneys.
the ones.
They're called attorneys. Okay, because I spoke in Olympia against that, and the reason why is because I looked at that senator, and I said, when your daughter goes up and hangs Christmas tree lights this December, and she puts a rope around her waist, and she slips and falls off the roof and snaps her back, and now she's a quadriplegic, you will sue me.
Yeah.
Because there'll be an attorney that's gonna file a lawsuit against me.
Yeah.
So when you make it a requirement, exempt me from liability, and I'll put them on all day long.
Unfortunately, they'll never do that.
So what do you want? Do you want safety, or do you want an avenue for attorneys
I'd
to
like a
sue me?
homeowner to say, yeah, I mean, I've got fall protection anchors on my roof. I mean, I have them on my roof, and I expect people to use them if they come to my house to do work.
Okay, do you train them?
If it takes it.
Who installed them?
Right, if it takes training, if they don't know how to do it, then I get
Is the
somebody.
daughter gonna get trained the proper way to put a harness on, the proper?
My kids are all grown.
Okay, this is the whole issue of when you put something up there to allow another individual to use, and then when they use it, and it's been used, now it has to be replaced. Has to be taken out of service.
And inspected by a competent person you have.
I think
It's
this is
just
really
opened a whole can of worms of liability and, I mean, when's the last time you inspected yours?
Nobody.
My house is only 4 years
We're
old.
running into this.
I'm
This
just-
is a real issue,
I'm
I'll
just
tell you
telling
why.
you.
I understand it
Because
is.
I go
I'm
up
not
on,
against what you're saying. I'm against the fact that you work for L&I and you don't inspect yours. So,
I inspect them if I'm gonna use them.
how are you gonna get people to do it correctly?
this is an issue I run into. I'm on a lot of roofs. I'm probably on more roofs than anybody in
And
here.
L&I, I'm not gonna be able to get them to do it correctly. I have no jurisdiction over the general public. None at all. Only employee safety is what our jurisdiction is there. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know who would take that on. I really don't.
So we put a permanent anchor up on our roof and an HVAC guy that's gonna go up there and hook up on it. He's gotta inspect that first. Is he competent to inspect that? Is he gonna get cited by L&I because you didn't have a competent, I mean, these are all things that, and we laugh about it.
Well, what else am I gonna do? I mean, if I don't laugh, I'm gonna get beat up.
No, actually,
But when I'm fighting that citation,
what
I
they
got
really need
issues
to do,
because
man, is
some college kids going off the book.
yeah, they need to write an exemption that when these are installed correctly, then that lays out a procedure that the installer then is no longer responsible. You can't carry this ad infinitum, it's stupid.
Well, you have.
And there are statutes on the books in different areas of construction where when you install something, it's incumbent on the next person using it to satisfy themselves as to its suitability. You can't just, because legally leaving it open-ended as Don has just described, and I was at the same meetings as he was, is unfair to all of these guys putting stuff on the roofs. And
I
we
want people to be safe.
I understand.
Yeah,
I just don't wanna get sued. That's my point.
I mean, you don't wanna end up
Yeah,
waking up
snap
on the
your
morning
back.
and say you served, you know? Yeah,
I'm just fearful that
Well, not only that, you got guys out there not attaching this stuff, I'm telling you.
Oh, I know.